third graders, MCIS third graders. This is Amy Riley, your school counselor, and I am so excited to bring you an exciting lesson today. We're going to have so much fun. I've got my friend Fruit Ninja here who's going to be with me while I do my lesson, and we're going to have a great time together. Now, you all know that every other week I'm going to be coming and presenting a lesson to you. And normally I would do these lessons in person, but since I can't, we're going to put them online, and I think you're going to enjoy them. We are going to be going through a wonderful, wonderful curriculum all year called Positive Action. And some of you third graders will remember this from MCES because it's the exact same program that you have done from kindergarten on up. Miss Charles at Mercer Elementary told me you just loved it. And so I wanted to continue it and make it just even more awesome as a bigger kid. So without any further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started on lesson 1. Today's word is self-concept. I want you to think about that word and what it means, and by the end of the lesson, you should know, even if you don't know now. Well, look what I have here, boys and girls. Ready? Lights, camera, action. Does this look familiar? This is actually something called a clapperboard, and it is used for, say it out loud if you know what these are used for. Lights, camera, action. Woo! These are used in movies in Hollywood. That's exactly right. This is what a director uses when they're making a movie to tell actors to go, that they're doing something good. They say action, and then the action begins. And if something goes wrong and they need to stop a scene, if they see something they really don't like, they can say cut, and they can cut the action right there. Well, you might be wondering what on earth this has to do with us at MCIS. This clapperboard reminds me a lot of the positive action curriculum we're going to use this year. We are going to be learning about positive behaviors and negative behaviors. Positive behaviors are things like that director that he would see that are good, that you love, that are going on, things that encourage people and build them up, things that your teachers and your parents just love. And then there are some behaviors that are not quite so positive. And that would be when the director says, cut! And you can know that it's time that you need to change that behavior. Now, you'll notice when I say lights, camera, action, there's some words that appear on my clapperboard. Positive actions. I hope you can read that. And that's exactly what we are looking for here at MCIS. We are looking for positive actions. We can feel good about ourselves when we do these positive actions, and there is a positive way to do everything. So we are going to say that phrase. I'm going to read it again, and I want you boys and girls to say it after me wherever you are. We feel good about ourselves when we think and do positive actions, and there is a positive way to do everything. Do you believe that? Fruit Ninja, do you believe that? Yes, Miss Riley. Fruit Ninja believes it as well. So all year, boys and girls, we are going to focus on positive actions. We want to remember it because every lesson that you guys have this year is going to build on this concept of there are 2 types of actions, positive and negative. And what we want you all to focus on every day is making a good choice and making sure that everything you do is positive. Now, we're going to take this clapboard and we're going to do a little role play activity. Normally, I would have you all do the role plays, but today, since we can't do that, I'm going to do just a few for you so that you can see what I'm talking about when I say that you have a choice to choose positive actions or negative actions. So first, I want you to imagine that there is a new kid who's come to school. I'm going to pretend like Fruit Ninja is my new kid and I am a student at MCIS. Hello there. Can I sit down with you all and eat lunch with you? Why, sure. We sure would love for you to come and sit with us. We love making new friends. And action. Positive action. That was a very good move, wasn't it? Because I chose to welcome someone. Now let's do the same activity, but let's imagine that we are on the playground at recess and we're playing basketball with our friends. We love basketball. Hey guys, can I play basketball with you? I sure do love basketball. Well, sorry, we've already got a game going and you can't play. Sorry. Fruit Ninja sad and cut. That would not be a positive action, would it? So you can see positive action is covered up. That would be a negative action and not something that we would want to do. We want to always welcome every single one that we possibly can. So imagine that wherever you are, you're in your bedroom, in your living room, and maybe eventually in your classroom. I want you to imagine that I have the clapperboard there and that I'm going through either saying action and revealing positive actions, or I'm saying cut, and that's not a good action. So just remember, it's not about not liking you, but we all have ways that we need to grow. We all have ways that we can improve and make more positive actions. So I want to go ahead now, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this term self-concept. Self, is about us, and concept is how we feel about ourselves. And I would like to start off by showing you a poster. I love it. This is a poster that says, believe in yourself, and it's got a kind of funny picture on it of someone doing something a little bit unique. So I want you to kind of infer, I'm using a literature word here, or hypothesize using a science word. What do you think the story I'm going to read to you all is about? Look at this picture. It says, believe in yourself, and I'm not even going to guess what that is. It looks a little unusual to me. But I'm going to read to you all a true story that I think you're going to enjoy. It's called All in the Family. Try again, Billy boy. You can do it, Billy's father said. Billy smiled and climbed the ladder next to the trampoline. He was the youngest member of the Galindos, a circus family of tumblers and acrobats. He and his father had been working all afternoon on a new stunt for the family circus act. Billy stood on the platform at the top of the ladder. It was 20 feet above the ground. He could see his mother and his sisters, Brenda and Caroline, looking up at him. They look so small from up here, he thought to himself. His knees began to shake, and he could feel his heart pounding, even though he had practiced 100 times before. Come on, Billy boy, his father said softly. I'm right here waiting for you. Billy looked at his father's face, smiling up at him, and he felt more relaxed. He took a deep breath, and then he jumped to the trampoline below. Right when he hit, he bounced up high, and his body curled into a perfect somersault. He grabbed his knees and then straightened in midair. A fraction of a second later, he landed, standing on his father's shoulders. His dad grabbed onto Billy's legs. Yay, Billy! Everyone clapped and cheered. I did it, Billy said with a grin as his father dropped him down to the ground. I finally did it. Of course you did, honey, his mother said. You're going to be the most famous Galindo of all. Billy felt warm with pride. The Galindo family had been circus performers for generations. His grandfather was still known as the world's greatest acrobat, even though he didn't perform anymore. All the members of the family had their own parts in the act. Billy did handstands, cartwheels, and somersaults. He was good at his tricks and could somersault through hoops and over barricades. But he began to desire a challenge. He wanted to do something more difficult. When Billy's father had finally said he was ready to try a new stunt, Billy was so excited he could hardly wait to begin. It had been hard work. Sometimes he performed perfectly. Other times he landed in the net instead of on his father's shoulders. Once he almost missed the trampoline when he jumped. He had begun to wonder if he would ever be able to do it in front of an audience, but his grandfather had reassured him. Don't worry, Billy. You'll be fine. You just have to believe in yourself. We know you can do it. And now he finally had it down. His grandfather had been right. His father decided he was ready to perform the stunt for an audience in this Saturday's show. When Saturday came and Billy put on his costume, his stomach had butterflies in it. Wait a minute, Billy, his mother said. Caroline and Brenda have something for you. His sisters handed him a large box. This is for you, Billy, Caroline said. We wanted you to have this tonight. Billy opened the box. There was a beautiful sparkling blue costume covered with shiny sequins. Wow, he gasped. I may not be the most famous Galindo tonight, but I will be the best dressed. His beautiful sisters, dressed in their own flashy and glittering attire, looked doubtful, but the whole family laughed. Billy felt better already. Now the ringmaster's voice could be heard over the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to center ring, where the amazing Galindos will perform their daring acrobatics for you. The music started, and the Galindos ran into the spotlight. The family went through their tumbling routine. Then the music stopped, and the drum roll began. Billy climbed to the platform. His sparkling costume flashed in the spotlight. He didn't hesitate. He jumped and did the stunt perfectly. The audience cheered and clapped. Woo! And Billy bowed proudly. Backstage, everyone hugged and kissed him. Way to go, Billy! We knew you could do it. Billy smiled. At that moment, surrounded by his family, he knew he was the happiest Galindo. What were some things that Billy's family did to make him feel good? Do you all remember those? Let's think about that. One thing they did was they encouraged him. They told him that they believed in him. They even made him a costume because they knew he could do well. Was Billy afraid when he was about to do the trick at the beginning of the story? Yeah, he was terrified, wasn't he? He was so afraid because it was something new and he didn't believe in himself. Was Billy more confident at the end of the story? Yes. And how do we know? Because he stepped out, he smiled, and he did it. And those are signs that he had a positive self-concept. Do you think Billy had a good concept? And how do you know? We know that Billy had a good concept because he was able to smile and try very, very hard. So this poster, boys and girls, means a lot. Believe in yourself. And just like Billy's family was able to encourage him to do this amazing trick, I want you to be encouraged too. I want you to tell other people that they're special. Always find the good in them and tell them nice things. And also, I want you to think about the good things about yourself. Your self concept is something you can control. I want you to think right now, what would Miss Riley say about me? I would never find the negative. I would only focus on the positive. And I want you to do the same thing. None of us are perfect. We all have weaknesses. But I want you boys and girls to remember today that you are special, you are loved, you are smart, and you are talented. Believe those things. Just like Billy, he didn't believe them at first, but he had some people in his life who told him these things were true. Well, I'm telling you, boys and girls, that you are special and you are loved by me, and you are talented in your own unique way, and you are smart. I want you to believe that this year, and I want you to make everyone around you feel the exact same way. We hope you all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. We are going to end today with our positive action theme song. We will try to do this many, many times until you guys learn it. It's very peppy. So feel free wherever you are to wiggle a little and move around. And Miss Riley may be dancing a little bit too. It's called Positive Action Theme Song. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I smile, I help, I learn, I love, I hug, and I care. I am positively happy, and that is why I share. I have those positive feelings, like kindness, glad and strong. That's why I feel like I belong. I have those positive thoughts that help me think and dream and grow. I am positive, and that is how I know I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. And boys and girls, I want you to be a positive action kid. We hope you all have an absolutely wonderful day, and we will sing you out of here. Have a great week. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am. That's how I live. I am a positive action kid. That's what I am.